All right, good to see you guys. Warm one out here today, which is good. We need the work in the heat. Got Jacksonville coming up. Lord knows what that temperature could be down there at night. So we need to work in the heat, so I think we're all looking forward to it. And then the message with that, obviously, is to hydrate and take care of ourselves. So that's what we're looking forward to doing today. Congratulations to Callie's team. They won today. They beat Finland 28-10. So I think they got maybe one more game out there, the gold medal game. So we're all keeping a close eye. We had that game streaming on the TVs in there today. But with that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, we talked to Jack Conklin this morning. Could you just touch on his bounce back from that injury and just, your perspective, how things are going?
Yeah, we've talked about it, and I'm really impressed with Jack and how he's worked. He's taken every single day as an opportunity to get better and get stronger. It's one thing to rehab an injury and get healthy. He's trying to get stronger, and he's done that. So I've been very impressed with his work ethic, and I think that rubs off on his position.
What kind of stabilizing force is he when he's out there for you every day?
Yeah, I think any of those vets, Scott, that have kind of been there, done that, and have seen a lot of football, can be a great stabilizing force for guys across the offensive line. Think about young players, how you can have a veteran next to you, and then in that huddle with all your guys, I think it does make a big difference.
Kevin, do you think it's time for Jacob Phillips to step up and come into it this year? He's had the injuries, and do you feel like he's ready now?
Yeah, I think he's in a good spot. We're excited about Jacob. Like you mentioned, being healthy is a big part of it, and he is. So he's doing a nice job. He's getting a ton of reps out here. His athleticism, as you know, shows up in practice and certainly as we get into games. But he's right on schedule, and we just need him to continue to work.
Is he like the final piece, the final product that hasn't been in there all the time to see the final product of Joe?
Say it one more time, Tim.
Is he like the final piece of the end product of the defense to get him in there all the time?
Oh, yeah.
His speed.
Sure. I mean, I think certainly, as you know, we value length, we value speed. That's Jacob's game. He's a smart, tough, physical football player. So excited to see what he can do. And part of it, again, I know he's going into third year, but he's hasn't been in the lineup all the time. So for practice, it's just huge getting him rep after rep after rep. I would single him out, though, from another guy who worked really, really hard. I mean, he was here a lot in the offseason. And those guys that stay here seem to get bigger, stronger, faster.
What is it about their personalities, their natures, that this many years in, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb are still working so well together?
Yeah, Dede, I think that just speaks to those two people. They're very, very different, as you know, but they both love football. They both love to win. They both love to push each other. But different people, different players, different styles, all that type of thing. But they do push each other.
Hey, Kevin, Odell and Jarvis, obviously good pass catchers, but they had strong personalities in that receiver room. Do you need someone to fill that leadership void that way?
I think when it comes to leadership, Jeff, you can't force that. You can't be somebody you're not. So, you mentioned the wide receiver room. Obviously, Amari's the veteran in there. But Amari just being himself, he can be a leader because you can lead by example in that way. So I would not encourage anybody to try to take on a leadership role by being something they're not.
Kevin, Michael Woods has had a good camp so far. I'm curious, what's something about him that surprised you now that you've seen him in a little bit more action so far?
Yeah, I don't know that anything has surprised me. He's played football on a big stage in college. He's done a nice job from the standpoint of being assignment sound, which is not always the thing that you'll see from young players. So I've been impressed by that aspect of it. And then Coach O'Shea says, get open and catch the ball, and he's done that.
Kevin, did you do a formal scrimmage or simulated game this weekend?
No.
Kevin, we mentioned this a little with Jacob, but we've talked to a few guys that did decide to stay here during the offseason, or a big part of the offseason. What does that do for us?
I stayed here too, Dan. I respect guys that go home and go to wherever they work out. They work hard too, so I don't want to make it seem like you have to stay here. I get to see it firsthand, the guys that stay here, that come in the building every day, that are in early, put in the work with their teammates, put in the work with our coaches. I've seen those guys take great strides. Again, not to say the guys that don't stay here don't, but it's fun to see a guy in the middle of March here working on his craft. Whether some guys are rehabbing from an injury, some guys are just trying to get better.
How similar are your run game concepts to different offenses that Jacoby has run, and how would you assess where he is on getting what you want to do in the run game?
Yeah, I'd say there's similarities, I would tell you, between every offense. They all have these common threads, and then there's nuance, which varies the scheme to scheme. So Jacoby's been in a couple different schemes already, going back to New England and Indy and Miami. So there's definitely plays that he's run, that we run, that he knows exactly what those plays are about. As we've evolved over the last couple of years here, we've added and tweaked certain things that we do. So he's getting up to speed on that.
When it comes to receivers and their divergent personalities, Chad O'Shea talked about how the room is all business this year. Do you prefer that over the boisterous, flamboyant, flashy type?
No, I don't care. I really don't. I think, again, I think it goes back to the previous question about leadership. You just want everybody to be authentic and to be themselves. There's a bunch of boisterous rooms in there. I hear them. So it's not like we got a bunch of choir boys. Guys are having fun. They're being loud. They're excited about playing football. But ultimately, we just want them to be themselves.
Kevin, speaking of the heat, are you guys traveling to Jacksonville a couple extra days early? And if so,
Just one day early. It's something I wanted to do. Got a couple things I want to get done down there.
so you'll do a practice?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, Kevin, have you heard anything from the league regarding a potential appeal about the suspension?
I have not.
Nothing. Tomorrow, players are off.
Correct.
Do you encourage them to stay home? I know they only have to be here for rehab, but there's nothing formal, right?
No, there's nothing formal. We have a bunch of modalities that we can offer them here. So we certainly are here for guys that want to recover, and luckily they'll have something to recover from after today. But what they do with their off day, so much of it is getting their mind, body, and spirit right for the next day.
Kevin, what did Phillips show you last year during that time when he was out with the biceps? Was it something that you learned about him?
I mean, he was in every meeting. And again, that's not always the case with guys that are injured for, going to be out for a long time. So he was in every meeting, knows exactly what we're doing. To play that Mike linebacker role, you have to know what you're doing inside and out, because you're directing traffic oftentimes. And I think Jacob's a student of this game. I think Coach Tarver does a great job with him so that he can really dive into this scheme and some of the different things that we do off of this scheme.
So then to go back to Tom's question really quick, I guess with everything last year that you guys dealt with soft tissue injuries, especially in the preseason, have you seen guys making more concerted effort to kind of take advantage of the resources you guys have here?
Yeah, I have, Ashley, and I think we're offering it and we're encouraging it, obviously, but everything we do, from how we structure this practice to really all how we've structured the training camp, is to make sure that we get this football team ready to play and we do it in a safe manner. Part of that is each guy taking it upon themselves to recover with their body, and there's many things in there that we can offer them in that regard. But that's so much of being a pro, is taking advantage of things that can get your body back after these practices.
Speaking of that, going back to Jack, obviously the physical recovery, talk about the mental and emotional recovery and what you guys did to assist them in that regard.
Well, I think that's the mental health piece of it. I mean, for anybody, if you've ever been injured and you're not playing in that moment, it can be, you can be isolated from the team. I mean, it's easy to sit there on the training table and not feel a part of it. So we really want to encourage our guys when they're not in and getting those reps. Maybe they're on injured reserve at that point. We always are encouraging guys to make sure that they still feel part of this team, because they're a big part of it. I think back to guys over the years that are on IR and they're just in the building and they want to be around the team, and that's certainly a big part of what we encourage.
Why are players off after 3 days work this week instead of 4?
Just the way the schedule comes out. We're just trying to be mindful of things, Tony, and then knowing that we're going to be going down to Jacksonville, just trying to work the schedule as you see fit. Everybody's preseason games don't come on the same day, so you'll start to see a little bit divergence of schedules throughout the league.
Did
dust-up message after Donovan and Martin kind of got into it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I address those type of things really every day with the guys. It's a competitive practice. It's a competitive sport. It's a physical sport, all those things. So I do understand that guys are going to play hard, and there's a chippiness to every practice that we've ever been a part of in all of our lives. But just don't want to waste time doing those type of things.